This video is brought to you by the #1 CSGO marketplace, igvault.com, where you can buy and sell CSGO skins for up to 40% off. You may not have known that these 10 things even existed in CSGO. My name is Token and welcome to Valve Guides. If there is one word that describes CSGO compared to its predecessors, it's change. From slight gameplay tweaks to massive overhauls of even the most beloved maps, the development team of Counter-Strike Global Offensive has never been afraid of making sweeping changes to the world's most popular FPS. For better or for worse. With that being said, after almost 4 years of both major and minor updates, there's bound to have been some changes that have slipped through the cracks. That's why today, we're going to be traveling back in time to dig up 10 CSGO beta features that were removed and revamped. So, without any further delay, grab your Deloreans and questionable hot tub time machines, and let's get right to it. Starting off the list with number 10, we have the M4A1. The story of which is a pretty slippery slope. The gun itself was not in the game to begin with, except it kinda was. The devs had mistakenly named the M4A4 the M4A1. It didn't hold that name for too long as it was corrected in the future, but for a very short time, the A4 was known as the A1, and the world was hell, people were screaming, and I was hiding under my bed. Only true CSGO veterans can say they've actually been able to play with it. Moving on to number 9, we have the sound design. Originally in the CSGO beta, the AK, among many of the sounds from CS Source, were reused. And well, the game itself kinda just sounded like Counter-Strike Source. This is because Global Offensive actually started off as a straight console port of Counter-Strike Source onto Xbox Arcade. It wasn't until Valve saw the potential that they decided to spice up the audio with some ultra 4K ready HD sounds. And you can definitely tell the difference. Several voice lines were cut, as well as an entirely new voice for the terrorist side, this time with more Bin Laden. That was a joke, everybody. It's pretty cool to go back and hear what CSGO sounded like in its infant days. Adorable. Coming in at number 8, we have the UI. It wasn't removed, but it was switched around. This happens often with many games coming in from beta. Just look at the Mirror's Edge Catalyst UI. Terrible. Luckily they changed it. Oh wait, they kept it. In my opinion, the new UI is far better looking. Initially we had a round map with curves and identical pictures of each person on your team at the top. What a waste of space. Now the UI has no clutter and all functionality. Out of interest, which UI do you guys prefer? This or this? At number 7, we have the removal of the horrendous fog. This was one of the biggest complaints about CSGO back in the day. With fog like this, who needs enemies? Not me. Can't even see them. Well, you can kind of see where they were going with the fog. Or dust. Is this dust? I mean, I kind of get it for dust 1 and 2, I guess, but this is just poor execution. And I think I speak for most in saying I'm glad that it's gone. In at number 6, we have the MP5. This is one of the most iconic guns from older CS titles, and pretty much everywhere. It really puts the cock in H&K, if you know what I mean. The MP5 was originally in the CSGO beta files, but don't get your hopes up, it isn't there anymore. You couldn't even use it in the official servers. You could spawn the gun into the game with the console, and it was sexy, but that was replaced with the MP7, which, would you look at that? No thank you. That right there is Modern Warfare 3 in a nutshell. Nah, I'm kidding, ain't all that bad. They are both iconic weapons in gaming, and I guess in real life if you really don't like someone. The MP5 is easily more iconic within CS, but hey, maybe this is a positive change for some people. Coming in at number 5, we have the surrender animation. Every country has its own cultures and differences, as you may know. For example, in Germany, people can't die. When you're shot in Germany, you simply fall to your knees and throw your hands in the air and faceplant it right in the ground. Valve made way for these interesting cultural differences by making this the default death animation in the German version of the game. Look at that. It's the only natural way to die. I mean, when in Rome, right? You can't enable this animation in any other country, as far as I know. I tried and didn't work. But if you know how, please do let me know. Regardless, it was in the beta. Hideous stuff. Making our way to number 4, we have graphics and animation. Remember when I talked about CSGO sounding like CS Source? Well, it used to look a lot like it too. The character models used to be less short and stubby, and the gun animations were, special. Some of them had even been reused from Source, like the AK animation, and the scout animation was just, weird. As a result, the entire game looked and felt quite different. It had that Counter-Strike feel, I guess, as it was essentially Source's animations. Luckily though, since the alpha and beta, it has been updated to have its own unique look. CSGO feels fresh and separate from previous installments. Wiring its way into number 3, we have 2 defuse kits. Get it? This one might come as a surprise to you, but originally in CSGO you could only have 2 defuse kits. And nope, you couldn't buy them, so what you spawn with is what you get. Needless to say, this didn't go down very well with players. Some throwing tantrums, others hanging off the ceiling. Luckily though, this system was removed, and I'm glad it didn't stick. I don't really see any sense behind it. Cutting its way into number 2, we have the default knives. Originally in CSGO, the default knives were, better. As a CT by default, you would have a bayonet, and on the T, you would have a flip knife, which, yeah, it's not that great in my opinion, but at least it was way better than what we have now. As you can probably guess, the models were reused when different knives and skins were added to the game. And then, they added the knives we see today. I mean, the CT default, in my opinion, ain't bad, but the T side? Oh, the crafty, dirty T side. I just can't deal with their default. Give me a rock or something, I don't care, not a knife. Last but not least, at number 1, we have 128 tick servers. Of course this had to take our number 1 spot. In the CSGO beta, we actually did have 128 tick servers, and if you look at the old Reddit post, it apparently really was as glorious as it sounds. This is probably the most requested and complained about feature in CSGO history, so it does come as quite a surprise that this feature was even removed in the first place following the beta. So my name is Token. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a thumbs up, and if you want to see more like this, hit that subscribe button. You can follow us on Twitter at UltraGuides for some sweet giveaways, or if you want a giveaway right now, follow at ZachOrca for the possibility of winning a brand new StatTrak Bayonet Autotronic. So thank you guys so much for staying till the end of this video, and thanks again to IG Vault for making it possible. At IG Vault you can buy CSGO skins for great prices and sell them if you so wish. You can browse just about any weapon skin and buy your own dream skin for up to 40% off Steam market prices. If you want to be part of all this, follow the link in the description and head over to IG Vault. So anyway guys, thanks once again for watching, and I'll catch you next time.